Hey gang, welcome to Blood, Sweat and Pears, a proper village vodcast brought to you by the lovely folk at the Lamb and Flag pub in Worcester. I'm Jim Dale, he's Sam Rhymes. He's already giggling, that's a good sign. How are you doing, dude?
Good. I'm a little bit hangry. This is my overriding emotion, but I'm very excited to get started to distract me for a bit.
So what's happened is I've called an early meeting. We're filming this in the afternoon. It's normally an evening gig. I'll level with you, gang. Chaos in my life. The wife is heavily pregnant. Could be popping at any time. Phone's on the desk. I'm keeping it there just in case. So we've got to get this done early. I've got to get home, think about my life choices, and look after the fam. So no guest today, just me and the Worcester Jack Grealish, but that's okay. Usual stuff though. So we will be going through all the games, league tables. We'll find a Mr. Brightsider or Mrs. Brightsider in there as well. We'll cover the elites down to the grassroots. You know the drill. Our good folk at Western Cider hopefully will sort somebody out. It's hot in here. If you can hear the fan whirring, it's because
it is wham.
It is wham. That is true. We don't like to make a big deal of it, although we do mention it every week.
This is true. Before we do get into the meat and drink things, how is Mrs. Dale? She alright? She okay?
She's doing ace. She's an absolute legend.
Good.
We're into our 4th heat wave.
Yes.
And when you're carrying another human around, she is a hero.
Trooper.
Yeah, look, man, the women are not the fairest sex. Honestly, I couldn't do a human. I couldn't do a human out of my body. That is crazy.
No, I could think about that.
So yeah, thank you for asking. Yeah, she's doing grand.
People will be worried. People will be thinking about it. So
yeah. So there we are. So I might talk a little bit quicker than usual and might appear slightly less relaxed, but that's just because I'm a bit nervous. That's okay.
You're fine.
God bless you, Samwise. Right, let's dig right into it. We'll start at the top as always. Worcestershire Rapids men. We are into Metro Bank fever, and let's be honest, we're 2 games in, 1 completely daft draw and 1 pretty good performance.
Yeah, I think you can prepare for most eventualities. Pad and I were both there over last week at Thursday, and I wrote the classic thing you'll have done as a journo many times, writing the report, and this big dominant Worcestershire Rapids win then got turned into a gutting loss, and then it got changed for a 3rd time because the only thing I hadn't thought about was a tie.
It's
balmy.
Genuinely true in journo world. In real time, you kind of go, well, I'm going to start writing up the copy now. I've got my headline, I've got the basis of it, and you have to rewrite the story because we should have won by miles, then should have lost.
Correct.
Then basically a tie which was entirely unsatisfactory for everybody by the end.
It felt like a loss, and then the players said that, and you could feel that, but they got away with one. Karam Shazad bowled a fantastic last day. We conceded 3 when you had 4 to play with. Quality finish and tidied that up, and then they transferred that into Sunday, and they did the same thing again. Batting was fantastic, set the platform 340 on the board, which is more than enough to work with, and this time they got the job done. Bombs chipped in.
Can we talk about it?
Yeah, we can talk about it.
Rob Jones batting at 11.
Yeah, we can talk about it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
What on earth happened there?
Yeah, I know. He wasn't just shoved down because they didn't like him. I think the coaching staff. He picked up an injury in the warm up, I think, and he got an injury in his hand, and he couldn't actually grip the bat properly. So I think they were just, as the card sort of wickets fell, Kashiv came in at 3, and I was like, okay, that's kind of normal. He would get bumped up. And
so did they not have another squad member to just chuck in there?
Going. Yeah, there was a few things that happened in the build.
There was an administrative error.
We could say that.
Okay, all right, okay. We've got to mention it. We're daft not to.
You're right.
But I mean, turned out
it worked out all right.
Yeah, I mean, a really good performance. We've done well in Essex in recent years, you know, mate.
And Jonesy got a red inker. So in fact, we won hand. So fair play.
It was a top number 11 performance. He looked very compact and well put together.
Again, Isaac unreal at the top. Ethan Brooks so good, and Fateh Singh bowling like that classic sort of.
Jake Libby, what's wrong with you? No 100.
Yeah, 4 out of 5.
I can't remember the last time there wasn't a Jake Libby 100. So
Sure.
now, genuinely furious.
No, 5 in a row, 5 half centuries in a row, another 70. Yeah, really good. He's in some nick. Whatever he's having, keep having it.
Well, he is a monster in that competition, but off the back of a really... I mean, he's a class act in the county championship.
He's the opposite to a monster as well. Like, he's everything you wouldn't put... He's like well-spoken, well put together. Nice guy.
Yeah,
but when it comes to that again...
He is a Plymouth Argyle supporter, though, so can't have him. Women's Rapids started with a really impressive win last week. Talked about that. Got found out a little bit against a really good Gloucestershire side.
Yeah, they were chasing a big score, 290, 291.
Yeah.
And they were in it probably halfway, 3/4 of the game. They were in a really good position, and then just tailed off towards the end slightly when Bryony got out for 46. I think it was she made from memory. When she got out, it kind of tailed off towards the end, and it's a shame really.
I think Ed Wilson will be disappointed. That last wicket stand of what 50 odd, 54,
Yeah.
and then I mean everyone in the top order got starts, but standard Boyd's got runs, but 3 batters getting 40 in the top 4, and still not quite getting there. But Gloucester a good side.
Yeah, they are.
And again, there's some strong. It's just putting both phases together in a complete fashion. There's so much potential in this side.
You're right. Well, you spoke to Boyce, didn't you, a few weeks ago now, and she said, there's been loads of times where we've done 2 out of the 3 things really well. We just need to put together all 3 more consistently. So there's really good signs there. The batting's a really encouraging thing because that was the difficulty at the start of the year. They have improved that. So hopefully they're close to getting it all together and it's going to click for them. But positive signs.
Yeah. So good stuff from the pros, and now we can delve into. Well, it's sort of like it's a mix of pros and amateur, but it's the Birmingham League, and that's serious competition.
It's a smorgasbord of cricket culture, isn't it?
Hey, I like it.
That sounded professional, didn't it?
Didn't it just?
Birmingham Prem Division 1, all happening again this weekend. Moseley, they cruised to an 8-wicket win over Berkswell. They chased 205 with comfort. Bark Green and Hales Owen, they played out a draw. Himley went down by 6 wickets to title chasers Smethwick, whilst Neil Pinner had a day to remember for Nolan Dorridge. They cruised to a 7-wicket win over Barnard's Green. Pinner took 4 wickets and then followed it up with 74 not out in a successful pursuit of 210. Neil, well done. Without doubt, the game of the weekend, however, was between Ombersley and Harborne. Ombersley won the game in dramatic fashion. 2 balls left in the game, 9 wickets down. They chased down 342. Bonkers game that had it all. Fifers, a 94, 111, 3 50s in the second innings. Mental game of cricket from top to bottom that basically had everything you could possibly want.
I think with those games, even if you come out the wrong end of it, when you know you've been in a belter, you kind of like go, oh, but
maybe, I think in the moment you have that agony, that's gut wrenching. But I guess when you look back at it, you think that was pretty bonkers. Not many times would a team chase 3-4-2 in that nature as well. So I can see where you're coming from. And then in Prem Division 2, Stourbridge saw their game against Warfield abandoned for reasons I don't know. But Kiddie secured a big win over Old Hill with a crushing 122-run victory.
Well done, Kiddie. Well played. Hey, mysterious happenings in the Birmingham League. No one knows.
No, it says there's always a code. There's a number next to the abandonment. It will say code 5 or whatever. I don't know. We have got an umpire in the office. I will ask him tomorrow. Yeah. I didn't get a chance to speak to him today, but I'm interested.
Yeah, intriguing stuff. We're all learning.
We're all learning.
Are we all learning? Isn't it great that we're all better people?
Do you know what? I guess so.
Yeah. Well, we're better than we were last week. That was chaos.
Yeah. Who knows what anyone else thinks? I don't know.
Fair point. Right, into the Premier Division of the Worcestershire Counties League. Let's start with that local club for local people. League leaders Stourport on 7. Runaway Freight Train, another win on Saturday. They bowled Pershore out for 111, in large part thanks to Ryan Derrick, who took 6 for 31 every week, that boy. Just at this point, stick a cape on him. At this point, it's just daft. Foley fired an unbeaten 50 in the chase to wrap up a 9-wicket win for Stourport in what was a proper kick in the plums for Pershore.
Nicely done.
I was happy with that.
Nicely done, I like it. Subtle,
I like it when we're reviewing each other in real time.
Absolutely.
The only side in range of Stourport, Bromsgrove first, they had to settle for a draw as Old Elizabethan first fought hard. Jaden Levitt again in the runs, 157 for him. Ryan Pedley got 81 as Bromsgrove built a platform, but a mini collapse saw them stumble from 220 for 1 to 233 for 5. In the end, they posted 298 for 6. Levitt out with 2 balls to go. Daniel Colborne taking a 4-fer. In reply, Adam Whiffen refused to get 100. He was out for 93. The wickets were shared around as Owies finished on 245 for 8. 2 late wickets made it sound actually a little bit more dramatic than it really was. It was going to be a draw a fair while out. The Jones boys were too powerful for Worcester Nomads as Worcester Cricket Club first recorded a comprehensive 161-run win. Batting first, Worcester scored 321 for 6. Josh Jones made a blistering 118 from 65 balls. Chris Jones made 58. And Mohammed Ashgar's 2 for 72 off 15 overs, the only really credible bowling figures on show. Tom Luchetti, he was the Aussie batter that didn't, a wicketkeeper that doesn't wear pads.
Who?
Right, okay, so Ollie Ranscombe was here when you were off on Ollie Bobs.
Yeah.
So Tom Luchetti, he's the Australian overseas. He keeps wicket without wearing pads.
What, even when he stood up?
Yep.
Is it just that gun?
No worries. I'm not going to do it.
How Australian is that as well?
It's unreal. And he didn't turn up with any kit. So Ollie was explaining it a couple of weeks ago. But apparently his hands are incredible.
Oh, it must be, yeah.
They'd have to be,
Trust his shins there.
Yeah,
big time.
Anyway, he was the only batter that offered any resistance from a Nomad's perspective. He scored 58 in a total of 160 all out. There was a comfortable win for Ashwood Bank against Ombersley 2s. Tom Underhill and Connor Adams hit 64 and 81 respectively in the Bank's total of 240 for 6. James Hathaway took 4 for 44. All the fours. In reply, Ombo were rolled for 136. Spencer White doing the damage with the ball for once.
What was he doing, Spenno?
Yeah, 4 for 45 for him.
Look at Wario doing all the bits. He's got a silly little moustache now.
So Theo Needles took a 3 for, it was a 104 run win. Yeah, he's a bit of a run merchant, is Spencer, isn't he? But 4 for 44.
Well, he was here this week, helping coach for the one day.
Was he really?
He was out. We were up in the office. And he was out taking notes, giving a hand, hitting some balls. Had a mitt on for a bit. Just I said, what are you doing there?
With the first team?
He was, oh mate, just spoke to Richo at the weekend and he said pop in for a day and you can take some numbers and stuff. So here he was. Yeah. And now he's doing the job with the ball.
I tell you what.
Good boy.
What have we done?
I know.
We've created a monster.
We're just a gateway.
We are a gateway.
But
we're a gateway show to, careers in cricket.
I didn't even know he bowled. I haven't seen him bowl this year. I haven't seen him.
He downplayed his bowling. I think he bowls some off spin. 4 for 45 in the Prem divs. Good enough.
Pie chucker.
He's good enough at this level. We'll round out the Premier Division with a couple of 5-wicket wins. Waqas Ahmed, he's always on. 5 for 23 for him for lie ones as they restricted Bark Green 2s to 144 for 9. He then top scored with 64 not out to make light work of the chase. And Pedmore 1s recovered from 129 for 6 to post a respectable 294 all out against Redditch first. Homer made 69. Chowdhury and Lochanath took 3 furs. Southwick, Sajid and Gailey hit half centuries in reply as Redditch cruised home.
Lochanath back again.
I know, he was an early contender, wasn't he? For
Levitt and Lochanath, the two that I constantly hear about when you're going through.
Yeah, well, Lochanath, he hit that ridiculous 220 odd and took a 5 for in the same game for the 2s. We demanded he be in the first. He's playing first team cricket.
Yes.
I'm not saying we swayed selection.
That is our influence.
We don't know if we are of any influence, but for our own self-esteem, let's say that we are kicking ass and taking names.
Selectors, aren't we?
I tell you what, if you're listening on the pod, you just missed a very, very camp fist bump. But we did explode it, so we're still cool. Right, to the table. My goodness, I'm waffling. Stourport on 7 first, top the pack. Of course they do, 344 points. Played 17, 114. They are an absolute juggernaut. Bromsgrove first in second spot, 304 points. Worcester first in third with 273. At the other end of things, Worcester Nomads are bottom of the pack. 4 wins, 155 points. Redditch, 5 wins, 160 points. Pedmore, just 4 points ahead of them, 164. Old Elizabethans, again, within range, 170 points for them. So that's the Premier Division. Right, nice. Division 1, what are we saying?
There's a lot saying. If I said to you the club Netherton, what name would come to your mind? So good they named him twice.
So good they named him twice. You pronounce it Ashish. It could be Ashish. It could be something else. Who knows? But what we do know is he's an absolute numbers machine.
Weapon. Absolute gun. And he was back again this week with the ball. Netherton overcame Barnard's Green by 6 wickets, and you know who took a fourfer. He restricted Barnard's Green to 142 for 9 before the other side cruised home in the chase. Poles everywhere at Brockhampton. Sunday for Benny Pole, who took 7 poles. Poles all over the gaff. I was going to weave in a joke about the old referee growing pole, but I thought it was a bit too far. I didn't know how niche that would be.
Benny Pole is a good name.
Benny Pole, good name. 7 for 23, including a hat-trick, in a stunning spell that saw him rip out Bartestry and Langwardi's middle order. He took 4 LBWs, obviously going way back with the umps. They obviously old housemates or something along those lines.
7 for 23.
7 for 23, hat-trick, 4 LBWs in a row. Pinning people. Brockhampton chased down 120, just fall down in that one in a completely landslide contest.
I think LBWs are massively underrated as a dismissal, by the way. The drama of the big appeal.
Yeah.
The pump.
They were proper appeals as well. Yeah. He had two, I think he got 2. There was 1 caught or bowled, then it was LBW for the hat trick. And when the third one wrapped the pad, you just see utter jubilation around the whole field. Everyone's going up, everyone's after it, and then the field goes after.
I mean, I imagine there's someone from the batting side doing that. I don't know whether they should have proper umpires.
Division 1 should have. They should have
umpires. And I think for a second I went back to my level of cricket.
Yeah, true. On your own team.
Are you penging your own mate for a hat trick?
Yeah.
No. They'll have proper umps.
Yeah. So 7 for 23. Sunday out for Benny Pole. Top man Benny. 81 for George Hallam saw Bewdley compile 265 against Bromyard, and they skittled the yard for a modest 137 in a straightforward win. BTW. Weeblies. They batted through 42 overs and hung on with 1 wicket remaining to scrape a draw against Himley. Himley's 267 was made up by a ton from Dominic Taylor at the top of the order and 66 from William Casey Fitton, another lawyer's name in there. Sam Cookson and Daniel Ross took 4 scalps apiece, but Owen Morgan's 64 not out, not him, ensured BTW held on for a draw. Jonathan Miles scored 76 that proved the difference as Droitwich defended 200 against Colwell on their way to a 12-run win. A narrow one, 4 more pegs for Max Young ensured Spa were the happy campers come sundown. And in scarily similar fashion, it was Hagley who overcame Hales Owen in their 17-run win. 6 wickets for Mikhail Jane, stealing the so for the victorious Hagley in that one.
Right.
There's your little
I mean, some serious numbers flying around there. Lovely stuff.
And in comparison to other weeks, a lot of wickets. There's been a lot of run scoring the last month, so a lot of wickets this week. So I enjoyed that. Good for the Bowlers Union.
Right, well, let's see what it means for the table. And on top, Brockhampton first. The only side actually to clear 300 points. They're looking pretty good as well for promotion. There's 5 games left. Brockhampton 111, 312 points. Bewdley 111 as well, 268 points. Then Netherton ones on 257. You feel Colwell at this point then a little bit. Well, there's enough time. They're on 239, so they're 29 points behind second spot. They're going to leave it late if they're going to go for a late charge, though. At the other end of things, of course, Bromyard, that one solitary win, but celebrated with such heart and such passion on this very show.
It was indeed.
Alan the Lamb still wearing the hat. He hasn't let it go. Still living the dream. 88 points for them. Then it's straight up to Barnard's Green, 187 points. Barchester and Lugwardine also on 187 points. Himley 2's on 189 and Halesoe in 2's also on 189.
Oh my God,
absolute daftness. So 2 points separate 4 teams with 1 spot really in the offing for relegation.
You just, again, we say it every single week, but you just can't call it, can you?
It's getting tighter, if anything. I'm really into it.
Neck and neck is mental as well.
Yeah, into Division 2 then, Samwise, and a big win at the bottom of the table. Adil Mirza hit 102 and Ed Bayliss an unbeaten 56 for Chaddesley Corbett in a total of 273 for 6 against Aswood Bank 2's. Only Matty Johnson offered a score in response. He made 64 in a total of 159. Ali Rian took 4 for 26 in his 10 overs. Chaddesley Corbett won by 114 runs. The top 2 at the start of the week both drew their games. Bell Broughton 1's remained top despite Bromsgrove 2's rearguard action. Matthew Spells and Stuart Alston did all the heavy lifting for Bell Broughton with the bat. Spells hit 113 not out and Alston exactly 100 in a total of 280 for 6. Bromsgrove held on for a draw, finishing on 164 for 8. Coombswood posted a hard-earned 208 for 9 against Lie 2's. Dan Birch top scored with 52. Raja Janazeb took 3 wickets. He then made a 50 for Lie as they clung on 9 wickets down to avoid defeat. 4 bowlers took 2 wickets apiece for the Wood. That meant that Netherton 2's had the chance to leapfrog Coombswood into the promotion spots if they won. Rushwick had other ideas though. Jack Yendall and Ben Reynolds took 3 fors each as Netherton were dismissed for 178. Fortunately though for Netherton, Asif Iqbal took 4 for 32 from 13 overs and Dawar Hussain took a 3-for to skittle Rushwick out for just 151, 27 runs the difference in that game. Yeah, that's some gutsy stuff, isn't it? Yeah. Breedon recorded a big win against Kidderminster 2's. Gary Weeks made 115 and Martin Hill 63 as the host scored 274 for 9. Lee Ashton took a 4-for for Kiddie in that. The chase never really got going though. Skipper Ryan Field hit an unbeaten 63, but Kidderminster were rolled for just 162. Kevin Wilkins took 4 wickets in a 112-run win for Breedon. And Jack Williams carried us back for a not of 111 for Alvechurch and Hopwood in a total of 225 for 8. Old Swinford never got close, and they may have feared the worst when Jack White, not that one, took 4 wickets of the top. Well, took 4. I can't read.
It's all right, mate. It's okay. It's very quick this week.
Do you know what? I'm going too fast, gang.
Yeah, you're
okay,
things
stay
in your mind,
calm.
haven't you? It's all right.
Stay calm.
But what we've deciphered is there's the guys who are 111 has scored half of his team runs there.
Yeah.
He's broken the back of the day's work there, isn't he?
Yeah, carrying your bat when you're opening is hard work.
Yeah, absolutely. It takes a bit of mental focus as well, but well worth it. Got his side.
Anyway, where was I? Jack White. He gets a mention every single week.
Yes.
He took 4 wickets, and it was 4 of the top 6.
Oh, wow.
But Ali Sajid and Matt Watts was stoic and secured a draw. Matt Watts made 52 not out from 120 balls. So what I tried to say, but did a horrible job of it, gang, was that Alvechurch and Hopwood and Old Swinford drew, and that concludes the results for the League 2.
That's what they used to say on the FA Cup draw, and that concludes the draw.
And that concludes the draw for the FA Cup third round.
Ties to be played between the 17th and 18th of May.
Yeah, right. Let's see if I can get through the table in one piece.
Go
Here
on.
we go. Paddy's already fallen asleep. Producer Paddy's gone. I don't blame him. Right, Bell Broughton lead the way. Top of the pile. Played 17. Only 7 wins, but they are top of the pack. 273 points. Then it's Netherton 2's second place. They got 254. Just behind them, Coombswood 256. Then we drop down to Alvechurch and Hopwood 230. At the other end, Chaddesley Corbett, despite that win, remain bottom of the pack, but they are much closer to those the right side of the dreaded dotted line. They've got 159 points. Aswood Bank's difficult season continues. They're just 7 points clear on 166. Then it's Lye with 170 points. So Chaddesley Corbett, who looked, to all intents and purposes, a few weeks ago, out of the running.
Done.
But they're now only 11 points from safety, which is pretty good going.
When does that point kick in? What point do you think? Because Corbett probably may well have thought, and people would have rightly thought, a few weeks ago they were dead. At what point do you think, okay, like if you're an Aswood Bank who's just flirting with it, when are you done? You just keep going.
Well, it's an interesting one because this division, all the teams are winning some games. The teams at the bottom are winning 3-4 games. Chaddesley Corbett, what they've done is the teams that are directly above them. That's the key, isn't it? Is when you come up against those teams that are just above you, like they did it with Aswood Bank, you beat them, you close the gap, and they've done that a couple of times.
Just keep chipping
so
away.
I think it's kind of down to the fixtures, isn't it?
Yeah,
if you end up having to play your rivals at the far end of the table, far end of the season rather, how's your nerve?
Yeah, there'll be some juicy matchups when they come sort of like late August time.
Talent is a wonderful thing, but you've got to have mentality, haven't you? You've got to have the bottle, mate.
That's a nice line. That's a lovely line.
Oh, thanks.
Well, there's plenty of talent on show in Division 3. 5 wins out of 6 for the home sides this week. The only anomaly came between Worcester Nomads and Martley, who drew. Skipper Cameron Blakely's top scoring with 56 for the Nomads. Before Martley, number 10 and 11, James Basford and Alex Stratford faced a combined 58 balls to hang on for Martley, 9 wickets down, secure a win. I know how much we love a lower order of
I love it.
A little rear guard. George Mockler's 111 not out was in vain as Brockhampton seconds went down by 5 wickets to runaway leaders Enville Staffs. They continue to dominate with Tom Downing scoring 84 opening for the Staffs, guiding them to a 5-wicket win, chasing 250. Feckenham, they beat 5 Ways Old Edwardians by 4 wickets, largely thanks to 57 from Banks and 84 from Stacey as they cantered to 260. In other news, Himbleton did beat Cookley by 5 wickets, but the perils of online scoring means I couldn't tell you anything other than that. A good day for Oldies. They put Avon-Croft to the sword in a 122-run victory. Not such a good day for our mate Wheelo. What a guest he was.
Yeah, he's good.
Missed that man, really good bloke. First baller for the poor soul. They come around every now and again. I didn't like seeing it. I didn't like reading it.
You didn't like saying it out loud on a show.
I had to say it on the broadcast.
Wheelo,
I'm sorry, Wheelo.
dude.
Keep it chill up, mate.
Friend of the show, Alex
Great
Wheelo.
job. Good friend of the show as well, good bloke. But contributions across the card, and then a fifer for Nick McPherson, another name that's constantly coming up. Wrapped up proceedings in that one. And finally, Stourport on 7 chalked up 289 in their innings on their way to a comfortable 113 run over Droitwich Spa. David Pittaway and Bevan Neal with half-century contributions for Stourport in that one.
Yeah, tough time for Droitwich Spa, isn't it?
Yeah, struggling continues.
Spa 2s. Yeah, so let's start at that end of proceedings then with the league table. So yeah, Droitwich Spa 2 still without a win this season, but look, they've got 103 points. So at least for the most part, they've been difficult to beat, but getting that win's proven tricky. So 103 points for them. And Worcester Nomads 2s, they are on 151 points, 2 wins for them. Then Feckenham just above the dotted line, 4 wins, 170 points. Martley first, 6 wins, 187 points. You feel from there on up quickly with 6 wins on 198. They should be away from danger.
Yeah.
At the other end of things, of course, as you mentioned, Sam, Enville, they are still leading the way. 320 points for them.
Big dogs.
Old Elizabethans 2s into second spot and consolidating it as well. 293 points for them. There's a 33-point drop-off to Stourport on 7 2s, the local club for local people. And then we've got Himbleton and Brockhampton not too far behind. But it feels with that division, there's a spot at the top that looks pretty secure, there's a spot at the bottom that looks pretty secure, and the rest is up for grabs.
The rest of that is, don't put your money on it.
Okay, right, into Division 4. And let's start with Harborne at home to Cleverley. And a proper hammering. Cleverley made 220 for 9 first up. Ed Granger made 76 not out. And Harris Hussain taking 5 for 40 in that innings. In reply, Greg Easter hit a 60 ball, 106 not out. But unbelievably, he was somewhat overshadowed, Samwise. His opening partner, Atsumi Malik, hit a 34 ball ton.
Oh!
34 ball ton. 14 fours and 6 sixes.
That's better. See?
10 wicket win.
Bit of baseball. None of this woke bang for a draw nonsense we see too
I mean,
much
a 60 ball 106 is pretty tasty. But I couldn't get the. So he got exactly 100, by the way.
Okay, yeah.
So and they knocked off 220 in under 17 overs, but they didn't have the ball by ball.
Oh my god!
Because I don't know whether I'd like to think that Malik was just going ape in like an over. He's just thinking, if he gets on strike the other over, I'm not getting 100.
No.
So I like to think Malik's just started clearing the rope when he had to.
Clear the front leg and get to work.
That is.
No, I like that.
Chris Gale-esque.
Nice.
Yeah. Right to Malvern. Both the Division 4 Malvern sides were at home this weekend. It didn't go well either. West Malvern had a tough time of it. They were blown away by Worcester 2s. The wickets were shared around as the hosts were dismissed for just 95 runs. The victory target reached by Worcester just 1 wicket down. Malvern also lost, but in a much closer affair. Their first innings total of 173 looked safe when Hagley were reduced to 132 for 9. But that one-man solicitor firm, Michael Atkins Harding, took 4 wickets. Archie Grimsey, though, batting at 8, hit a heroic 54 not out.
No.
Number 11, Leo Rees-Smith, who also took a 4 with the ball earlier that day. He survived 32 balls for his unbeaten 12 not out, and he even hit the winning runs with 4 balls to spare.
What a boy. What a boy.
They put on over 40 for the last wicket in a really close one.
Fielding team would be livid.
Leo Rees-Smith, 4 wickets with the ball, and look.
NRS.
Grimsey.
Oh, Grimmo.
Archie Grimmo, well done, mate. 54 to get your side close. And the minerals on LRS.
LRS.
That's it. That's something now. LRS, mate. We see you.
Some minerals, yeah. Well, that's it.
Superb stuff. It's got a bit of everything. There were centuries for Nauman Tahir and Adnan Wahid as Pershore 2s plundered 372 for 8 against Old Hill 2s. Tahir then took 3 wickets, along with Upkar Singh, to dismiss the visitors for 234. Old Vigornians knocked off 160 to beat Romsey and Huntington by 5 wickets. Steve Randall scored 88, but no one else scored more than 10 for R and H. Chris Drew took 4 for 27, and then Drew hit an unbeaten 65 in the comfortable run chase. And finally, Arman Malik took 5 wickets, and Abbas Rana scored 81 as league leaders Redditch overcame a plucky Tanbury Wells side by 3 wickets. My phone's just gone off.
No,
we're okay. All clear, happy, high drama.
A little bit jibby then.
I wasn't worried, mate. I wasn't worried. Ever the professional. I'm hanging by a thread, aren't I? God help me. God bless you for sticking with me, gang. I appreciate it.
John.
Thanks, mate. I'm not nervous. Right, top of the table. Redditch remain on top. In Division 4, played 17, won 13, 293 points. Harborne in just behind them, 254 for them. Worcester's 2s also on 254. Then there's a drop off to Pershore, who did go well with the Bats this week, but joint on points between Harborne and Worcester for that second spot, which is going to be tight. At the bottom, Tenbury Wells remain bottom, but this is an interesting division. I like Div 4 because Tenbury Wells are bottom, but they've got 153 points and 5 wins.
That's quite a lot.
So this is a competitive division.
Yeah.
West Malvern, they're on a terrible run of form. 4 wins, 156. Then Claverley, 162. Romsley and Huntington on 174. Then there's a bit of a jump up to Hagley 2s on 190. But all 4 of those bottom 4 sides, they've got work to do. I feel for West Malvern, they're on a horrible run of form, but
it's a bad time to be in a bad run of form. But those other sides are winning. If it's one in every couple, if you're winning a game, it's not like we saw the top couple of leagues where you've just got a basement side rooted and can't seem to get off it. Those other teams are getting results, so it keeps changing that picture, which is enthralling for us. I'm sure nerve-wracking for everybody involved.
Yeah, Tenbury Wells still in with a shout. Just 9 points away from safety, so that's going to be a belter.
Yeah, it's all it is it's one bad innings, isn't it? And the whole thing flips on its head. You get skittled in 1 week for 100, or
the players won't, but we could be staring down the barrel of a last day of the season. I almost feel like we should be at a ground somewhere doing this in real time, like Jeff Stelling.
Yes,
like a sports Saturday.
Or pick a ground to go to and just.
Could you imagine? And
we'll just send Paddy out to run around the rest of Worcester.
What do you reckon, Pad? Do you want to be our roving reporter?
He'd be right.
I'm sure we'll get budget to do a live broadcast.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, it'll be fine. We'll ask the club.
We didn't get budget to clear up after last week. We had to do that by hand, actually.
That is true. We did spend a lot of time. If you didn't see last week's show, we went big. We had a party for Bromyard, and why wouldn't you? Big shout to Lisa Tierney as well. But actually, before we go to the to the next division, Lisa Tierney, she was great fun. She brought Millie and Anna with her as well.
She did.
And they were great fun too. They didn't mention the fact that they were brilliant that Saturday. So the women's side, they were incredible. I mean, there were wickets all over the place. They check out the scorecard. I'm not going to embarrass them by reading out the figures, but they were.
She was very humble. Well, far more humble than I'd be if I'd played that well.
Yeah, I'd have put it on a T-shirt.
I'm sure you would have done. I can believe that.
Anyway,
a sleeveless one, the way you wear your T-shirts, probably.
Yeah, look,
they're lower down this week, in fairness.
Yeah, it's a perilous way. I like we're getting into my sartorial elegance here.
I'm
into stuff from back in the day.
We'll get back to the cricket.
Good call.
Division 5. Ashford Bank, they beat Harvington by 37 runs. Andy Williams and Stephen Haynes scoring half centuries in their total of 258. Before Charlotte Pettigrew, 4 for 36, and Harry Williams, 5 for 49, did the job with the ball. Harborne seconds, they racked up 320 for 5 in a crushing 133 run win over Barnt Green. Seif and Faraz both scoring 70s first up for Harborne. Bewdley, they overhauled Bromyard by 6 wickets in a very comfortable chase of 188. Austin Ball going bonkers with 92 off 76. Choking 100, yes, but doing the legwork for his side. Top work, Austin.
That was a something sandwich, wasn't it?
It was slightly. Yeah, a positivity sandwich, yes.
You did really well, but you bottled it. But you did really well.
Choke, however, he's done the legwork for his side, so fair play, Balling. Pedmore lived to rue the fact that 6 of their batters made it to 20, but none of them went on and kicked past 50, as their 259 for 8 was usurped by Coombs Wood. Billy Jinks also out for 92 in the reply, but it was Archie Cranage making 50 as the Wood won by 7 wickets.
Usurped, smorgasbord. Have you been reading a thesaurus, a dictionary, everything you can get your hand on? I mean, you're literary today.
Maybe there's no guest. I just feel I could be a bit more professional. I don't know.
No, it's the vocabulary today, Sam. I'm loving it.
Thank you so much.
Keep bringing it.
Jimothy, thank you. Cutnell Green, they overpowered Eastnor by 82 runs. 8 bowlers were used by Green skipper F. Khaled, but it was Mr. Lone who stood out from the crowd, taking 5 for 39 to ensure victory.
He stood alone.
Pun intended.
Yeah, I was
after I'd written it, but there we are. Oh, bloody well. 5 for 39.
Really bloody well.
Good stuff, Lona.
Lona, not so complimentary.
True, yeah, true.
Right, is that
Div 5? That's Div 5, there we are.
Lovely stuff.
No! My page, I've got another bit of my page.
Keep scrolling.
Sorry. Halesoe in thirds, no disrespect, men. They proved too strong for salvage. 74 from Joe Losby in the first innings didn't prove enough. 40s from Scott Jones, Thomas Williams and Callum James helped Halesoe chase down 233 with 3 wickets still in the tank. Now, you're welcome to tell us about the league because that is everything.
Thank you for that permission.
finalised.
Lovely stuff.
Go
well,
Rod.
look, Hales Owen, it's good job you didn't
Yeah,
miss
yeah.
them out because they're in good nick right now.
Yes.
Second spot, they've got 295 points, just 6 points behind Cutnell Green, who lead the way. But Eastnut, who have been playing good cricket recently as well, on 277. That is a 3-horse race, and only 2 can go up. But they beat a Stourbridge side that are a decent side as well. They've got 228 points in their own right and 9 wins this season. So looking strong at the top of that division. The other end of things, Bromyard 2s, they are bottom. They've won 3, 138 points, but I think it's fair to say at this point you feel like the die is cast for them. There's a bit of a jump up to Barnt Green, second from bottom, 185. Then it's going to be tight because Bewdley are just above the dotted line on 194, Aswood Bank 3s on 197, and Harvington on 199. So just 14 points separate those 4 sides, and it's going to be impossible to predict until we kind of see who plays who, because again, those 4 teams, they're so similar in points, so similar in wins, so similar in run rate as well. It's negligible. So it's another exciting division where multiple teams, their fate could be decided, as you say, Sam, on 1 innings.
What the dream would be that 2 of them play each other, and 2 of them play each other. The bottom 4, they all play one another, and that could completely it could completely flip the whole thing on its head.
For the Super Saturday. Do you know what I mean?
Be a great
Oh,
day. But yeah,
dreamy.
interesting to see how it all plays out.
No one's safe.
No one is safe.
That
And
sounded very
that sounded
game-showy.
no, I thought it was menacing.
No one is safe.
In Worcestershire League cricket, no one is safe. There you go.
Potty. Absolutely potty.
Yeah, I know, mate. It's all a bit much for me this week, isn't it?
No.
Right, Div 6. I feel safe now. I feel in my safe place. Division 6. And we're going to start with Hanley Castle and Upton, who have won yet again. They've been at the wrong end of things, well, along with 2 other sides. But absolutely fighting for their life. And this time they overcame Bromsgrove 3s. Darcy Howell took 5 for 30 as Bromsgrove were bowled out for 198. Tom Hope hit 57 first up. Hanley Castle and Upton opener Alex Woods dominated the strike and the scoring, amassing 121 not out
Did he?
in a 10-wicket win.
What's he?
Woodsy's gone well again, hasn't he?
Very well. I'll be happy with that. I thought we might mention that. He's another one that works foundation.
Yes, he does. He's been on the show, hasn't he?
He has been on the show.
Early doors.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
Enjoying it.
Right, top of the table, Alfred Blash, 121, and also his opening punter, he got about 40 odd. He really did.
Oh, so he likes
He
taking
did
in strikes. All about him. That's very Alex.
Actually, you turned him on him quickly. Then, yeah, friend of the show, great lad. Oh, selfish git.
Yeah, it's been a while, isn't it, since I've buried someone.
Yeah.
He's a good bloke. He take it well, but well batted.
Yeah, well played.
120.
Top of the table, Owley beat Himley 3s by 33 runs. Mundy, Cosson and Russell hit half centuries as the league leaders made 280 for 6 first up. Himley reply was going well, 172 for 1 they were.
Easy.
Yeah, Abs and Jacko Lewis going really well, but Abs fell for 77. And returning skipper Jacko Lewis, friend of the show Jacko Lewis, he had a couple of weeks off, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
He was out 26 runs later, out for 96.
Within a shot, within one stroke of 100.
Okay, so here's I've got Jacko. Jacko, here's the thing. I've got to do this. I've got to do this, and I'm sorry, because I'm a big fan of Jacko. I love Jacko.
Yeah, you are.
Jacko, you refused to get 100.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Gibber.
He looked to whack it over. I've seen the video as well. He looked to
Gibber.
whack it over long off.
Yeah.
He was devastated. He would.
He's
on
an
his
emotional
haunches,
guy. He cares, doesn't he?
I was. This is the first time I've genuinely felt really bad about refusing to get 100, to the point at which I almost feel like I might not do it again. Because
You said he went down on his haunches and everything, wasn't he? He
Yeah.
was pretty cut up by it. Yeah.
Yeah, there were singles out there as well. Forget chasing it down, mate. Just get individual glory. Anyway, after
done the
he
right
went
thing.
198 on the scores, then it was just wickets tumbling regularly after that. Himley in the end all out for 247. Last
Lord.
7 wickets went for 49.
Skipper.
Yeah, Chris Walder took 4 wickets in that one. Alvey top of the table though, and my goodness, that he got a bit of a send off, did Jacko. Lad that
You
got him
also
out
said,
was
I haven't
a
seen.
double fist pump, and he bellowing with joy.
Don't mind it.
It was hard to watch.
Get
it was
him.
hard to
If
watch.
You've earned the right to get him out.
Yeah.
But as long as you can take it, give it out by all means. But
Administrative stuff here. Second place Colwell beat Kidderminster 3s without a ball being bowled because that match was conceded. I don't know the context, but I suspect that might mean a fine and a points deduction.
I haven't
for
seen
Kinney.
one of those this year. I don't think.
They do happen, not so much in the higher divisions, I don't think.
concessions like that. No.
But there we are. But with the top two getting maximum points, there was pressure on Birkhill, Tillington and Weebly. A cracking team bowling performance from Cookhill saw BTW skittled out for 122 first up. Joe Lewis and Andrew Morgan came together with a score at 31 for 4 and were going well in the reply because they managed to make it to 99, but that was when Horton was out. Morgan fell 4 runs later. The next man in, Lewis, was out stumped for 0. BTW reduced Cookhill to 117 for 9. 5 runs away from a tie, 6 runs away from glory. But number 9, Phil Smith, hit 2 4s.
What a bloke.
To ice the game.
Clutch.
Cookhill win by 1 wicket.
What was his name?
Phil Smith.
Phil. He sounds
Smith,
cold. Phil
Smith.
Mr. Smith reporting for duty.
No fuss. No frills, no fuss. Turn up, get it done. Quietly walk off. No celebration.
Just shake hands, cheers. Smithy just cracks on.
That's what I'm into. I'd like to think that's what happened. Probably didn't. I've got no into.
No, true. No.
Right, where are we? So, Old Elizabethan Threes, they went big against Stourbridge. They scored 404 for 9 with Sadat and Armani hitting tons. Aftab, the pick of the bowlers, in amongst that chaos actually. Aftab, he took 3 for 48 from 9 overs. So he came out of that looking all right.
Very well.
Stourbridge had to go hard but never really got close. Akmat, Irfan and Brigdale all passed 50, but Brigo, he refused to get 100. I'm going gentle with you because of what happened with Jacko. He was out eventually for 92. Unlucky Brigo. Mukhtar took a 3 for Stourbridge. As Stourbridge was dismissed for 272. So Owies win that by 132 runs. But as is with those things, if you've got to chase 400, you've got to go hard.
It's not every day you search 400, is it?
Only way you win it is by going big.
Have to.
And unfortunately, Owies are in a false position because of all the points deductions and everything else.
Yeah,
the high drama.
Yeah.
They're assigned better than their league table suggests.
Yeah,
but let's look at that league table.
Still turn up, putting it in, aren't they?
Yeah, so Alveley continued to lead the way. 292 points they're on. Played 17, 113. Colwell right behind them. Played 17, 113, 290 points. So just 2 points in it. Then Birkhill, Tillington and Weebly, well, they'll rue missed opportunities. 265 points. Still in it, but those two, they just win with such regularity. It's going to be hard to break into that top 3. At the other end, well, 3 go down as it gets regional below this. Kidderminster, that's 2 wins, 112 points. Bromsgrove thirds, 2 wins, 117 points. I think they're pretty much toast, mate, because Hanley Castle are third from bottom, 4 wins, 172 points. So, it's 50 odd points the difference, but Hanley Castle finding a couple of wins when they need to. Owies 3's on 183, Stourbridge 3's on 184, so all of a sudden 11 points away from safety. Yeah. Hanley Castle making a late run of things.
Love it, but again, can happen. Things can change so quickly. 1 week, 1 good result, batters turn up, openers do the job, 10-wicket win. Good.
Division 6, as we mentioned, the teams can change with such regularity between the 2s and the 3s and everything else.
Enthralling.
That there can be an element of mismatch. But Hanley Castle and Upton keeping their hopes alive.
Yeah,
They've also got a reasonable run rate in amongst it. So exciting stuff.
And you've got to, like you just touched on there. We've said it how many times. One result goes your way, 1 good week, someone gets in a set, gets a big score. Anyone could beat anyone at that level. That's very cliche, but it's so true.
Yeah, momentum's big as well, but it just comes to that big moments at the end of the season. Yeah. In those big moments, who fancies it?
True. Who's got the
I'm into that.
Yeah,
I'm into that.
Love it.
Right. Okay. So next, a little bit of any other business. Now,
nice.
They feature regularly in any other business, but this is genuinely impressive. Let's go back to Coombswood and let's have a chat about Captain Carl, because he captained the Worcestershire over 40s last week, and they played against England's over 40s North. He scored 53 not out in a tie match. It was a tie on 359 though.
They couldn't be separated.
Yeah.
59 apiece.
Jaden Levitt is a run machine, by the way. He scored 244 from 139 balls.
He scored over 2/3 of the whole team. If he scored that on their own, 244 is not a bad innings total. For one person to do that, I think it's just, we don't really appreciate how quite good he is.
Yeah, that's unreal, isn't it?
Isn't it? It is.
But there we are. So Worcestershire took on England North over 40s. So in our regional side. So we're punching.
There we
Yes.
are.
Well played. Well done, Skip. Good on you, Carl. Nice
Now
one.
you're his mate, aren't you?
Yeah, you know me. I'm a fickle Bobby, and also, I don't want any trouble.
Yeah, that's also true.
So
none of us do.
all I do is I feel like I'm being too nice, then go after him, and then I feel like I've gone too hard, and then go, want to be my friend.
Well battered, Carl.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. I hope he's feeling better.
Lovely stuff. Now, Mr. Brightsider. We got to figure out who we're going to give someone's height insider to, courtesy of our lovely friends at Western Cider. This is actually quite a tricky one this week.
Yeah.
No one's had a dreadful time of it. Most people who have not gone well, their sides ended up winning.
Yes, this is true.
So we've not had a situation by which someone's been deeply unlucky or they've been totally rubbish and got a hoofing.
Yes, no, true. There hasn't been, not on my side, there definitely wasn't. The only one that sprung out to me was one of the ones you mentioned about someone not doing very well, but their team actually winning, was Wheelo. First
Do you
baller.
reckon?
And he's also quite a short man, so we haven't given loads of height insider either.
That's
If we think about logistics behind that as well.
That is such a good shout. We will probably break even on the costings.
I think we probably would. So from our point of view, we're not taking a hit.
We could break a case and we could take a couple of bottles home for ourselves.
Split it.
Happy to, now Wheelo. What's happened is you've got a first baller, and we're also calling you short.
Yeah, we like him, believe it or not. We do like him.
We do.
Really
Now,
nice bloke.
Wheelo. So, look, I can live in that world.
Well, we'll be in the world then.
Friend of the show. Okay.
Let's be in it.
I'll step into it. Wheelo, congratulations, mate. Get yourself down, visit
What a
Worcestershire New
man.
Road. Come and say hello. Come and say hello and hang
Yeah.
out, and we'll give you your height insider courtesy of our lovely friends at Western Cider.
Get back in the nets.
And of course, like Wheelo was a guest. We've mentioned Jacko with his 96. God bless him. We've mentioned Spencer White
Whiteo.
with his bowling.
Yeah.
So lots of decent performances from former guests of the show.
Yeah.
And to that end, if you want to get involved, want to
Yes.
come on the show,
Come on.
when things are slightly more calm and controlled, when I'm a little bit less fraught and hectic, and let's face it, sweaty,
That'll come.
uh,
Don't mention it.
then give us a shout. Drop us a line. The email address that you'll want is media@wccc.co.uk.
Nailed it.
That's media@wccc.co.uk. So come and get involved. We'll be glad to have you. We can shed a bit of light on your club and the comings and goings and wheres and whys and the whats. Any other business, same reason. Use that email address. Give us a shout, and I promise we'll make time for you. So there we are. Next bit, contractual obligations, where we shamelessly try and flog you stuff. You already know this. We are in the midst of Metro Bank fever, and Metro Bank fever is coming to visit Worcestershire New Road on Wednesday.
sweeping.
Hampshire are the visitors. Worcester has started well with a bat in this competition. A dramatic tie and a quality win at Essex. Also, Gloucestershire at home on Sunday. A big contingent from the nice folk at Coombswood.
Yes.
Grown-ups and youth heading down for that one.
Youths.
As guests of the club, which will be really nice. Youth.
Youths.
So get yourself on that there interweb. Ticket pricing really, really generous as well for this competition. And Worcestershire are fielding a very strong side. I mean, high hopes for the side in this competition.
Talks about where they should be. I think they should be up there as favourites, but I think they'll be in that conversation about.
I mean, this Worcestershire
Going
side, they
a long
should.
way in-
How Ethan Brooks didn't get picked up in the 100, I'll never know.
Don't get me
Absolutely.
started. It makes me so angry.
But the thing is, we'll have him here. Thanks very much. So come and support the team. They're looking really good. The women's rappers as well, playing plenty here. So Wednesday and Sunday, Hampshire and Gloucestershire. Get online. Hospitality, general admission, really generous packages put together by the club. Be good to see you down here. The weather is looking set fair as well.
Are you here for both games? Are you here for games?
I'm not going to be,
of
mate.
course,
I
no.
would have loved to have been calling the games in this rather sweaty little production box where we do the commentary. But because of the impending situation,
that's.
I am going to have to be a good husband and a good dad, be a team player, and I want to be at home. I love this place. I love doing this, but I need to be at home.
That you should be.
And to that end, I'm going to go home. I'm going to drive at the speed limit.
And you're going to see what presents itself when you get home.
The thing, knowing this, that we'll come back next week, and it still won't turn
And
out.
it'll just be.
The due date isn't till next week, by the way, but there were rumblings. That's all I'll say. I'm not a medical man. Rumblings isn't the technical term,
No.
but you know,
No, true.
I've had more than one panic over the past 2 days, so I'm going to go home and build a cot.
Are you?
Yeah,
We're at different times, very different times of life, aren't we?
we are, mate.
Yeah,
we are. I mean, with that mush, it'll come to you soon enough. Look at that. You know, you'll be settled down before you
Taking
won't.
applications.
You'll be out getting hammered in Taunton. You know, getting Larry, causing trouble, getting chased out of clubs. We know his sort.
I'm a consummate professional. I'm very busy at the moment as well.
That's very true.
So email my work email and I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can.
Well, lovely stuff. In amongst all that panic and sidestepping of potential social landmines,
Yes.
we'll see you probably next week, gang. Thanks for putting
Enjoy.
up with a rather hurried put together show. We see you. We appreciate you. We'll catch you next time. Peace.